Thanks for joining us today as we take a look at 3D sketching in SOLIDWORKS. And let's go ahead and get started. So in today's example, I'm using a 3D sketch to create a frame, or the basis of our frame weldment that's going to be in future videos here. So to create a 3D sketch, I'm going to go ahead and hit the pull down under Sketch and pick 3D Sketch. I'm going to go into my center rectangle tool so I can draw the basis or the base of my frame. Right away, I'm going to see my XY appear under my cursor. That corresponds with the triad down here, along with the red axes you see right where the origin is. If I hit Tab, that'll actually change the orientation that I'm looking at. So for example, if I'm drawing a rectangle, like I'm going to in a minute, if I drag it out, I'm in the ZX plane right now. Hitting Tab will actually flip that 90 degrees, depending on which orientation I pick. So I'm going to go ahead and draw the rectangle like so. I'm going to draw a few more lines as well, so vertical members for the frame. Now this first one here, I'm going to draw it, and I'm going to rotate it. If you notice, it's not vertical. That's because I was still in that ZX orientation. If I hit Tab, that'll change me to my XY, which is vertical, if you're looking at it this way. So XY. So let's go ahead and draw those lines. And make that a little like so. Change that back to an ISO, make it a little easier to see. Oop, extra line there. And all I'm going to do now is draw a rectangle from corner to corner, and I'm going to hit Tab so I make sure I'm in the right orientation. And if you notice, I went from point to point. It actually drew that rectangle at an angle here. So let's go ahead and just hitting Control, I'm going to merge the 2 points together. And this is the nice thing you can do with a 3D sketch. There we go. So these don't always have to be in line with each other. In this case, this is angled slightly like so. At the same time, you can come in. I can draw a line from here to this corner, and maybe from this corner to this corner. And all of that is in one sketch. Now, if you're doing it with the traditional 2D method, picking a plane, etc., you're going to have a bunch of planes in here. It may not be as quick to do this versus using a 3D sketch. Now, dimensioning, etc., is done the same way we normally do today. So I can pick that 75, maybe 150, maybe 100, like so. And then the same thing as well. If we click an edge, we can make that along certain axes as well. And just like that, that portion is fully defined. This will be at an angle, so that'll be along the X still. And you notice how that moved it straight versus the angle as it was before. So we can always come in, put an angle if we want to. So dimensioning, etc., all that's the same like you're normally used to. It's just a little bit different in 3D sketching in that we have to pay attention to what axis or plane orientation we're in. So, hope you get something out of this tip, and we'll talk to you next time.